Hello traders, in this video I am going to be showing you how to avoid a trading flash crash. All right, but first of all, what is a flash crash? Now, a flash crash is a sudden and extreme fast drop in the price of an asset. Now, this might not be exactly the perfect example, but if you have been on the market for a while, you might have experienced, a situation whereby you had a fast drop in the price of an asset, perhaps in a few minutes, right? And then you saw a sudden recovery, a fast drop in the price, and then a quick recovery. All right, so these events can happen within seconds or minutes and are often caused by factors such as low liquidity in the market, high frequency trading algorithms, large institutional orders, news, or unexpected market events. Now, during a flash crash, price may move rapidly through multiple levels, which can trigger stop losses or close positions unexpectedly. Now, imagine if you had been on a buy trade, right? You can see that uh, during this period, gold was on a bullish trend, right? And then suddenly there was a breakout from this bullish trend line, and you can see the significant drop. This singular candle wiped out hours upon hours of sluggish upward movement, right? Just this particular 30 minutes candle wiped out a lot of hours of sluggish bullish movement, right? So when such a massive drop happens, it can cause liquidations, um you know uh stop losses hit. A lot of stop losses might get hit, and the annoying part is if the price now begins to go back in the direction of the trader, after hitting the stop loss, and then you find out that price begins to rally back in your direction. Now, the first step to avoid trading flash crash is to avoid trading during low liquidity. When you notice that the liquidity in the market is low, you want to just avoid trading during that period, because flash crashes are more likely to occur when market liquidity is low, right? When market liquidity is low, you will likely see flash crashes. Okay, low liquidity periods include market rollover time, the late New York session, early Asian session, and then we have holidays or major global events, right? So during those periods, you can see things like even a gap. Maybe you can see a gap, and then you might see the gap being filled not long after it was formed, although that's not exactly what happened in this case. Or you might just see significant dip or maybe a spike, as the case may be, and you will see that the fair value gap is being filled just shortly afterwards, right? So you want to avoid trading during those low liquidity periods. When fewer trades are active in the market, when fewer traders are active in the market, price movements can become more unstable. So you want to focus on trading during major sessions like the London and the New York, when liquidity is generally higher, right? Secondly, you should use your stop loss carefully. Stop losses are important for risk management, but during a flash crash, price can move extremely fast, right? So instead of placing stops too close to your entry point, many traders prefer to place them at logical market levels, right? But then, you have to also consider your risk to reward ratio. Let's say you had entered a buy trade around here. Ideally, your stop loss should be below the swing low, right? Below the swing low. Perhaps you can even consider this swing low and set your stop loss below there, right? You don't want to put a very tight stop loss, especially if you are trading a volatile asset like gold, right? So now imagine if you had entered the buy trade after this swing, perhaps around here. Now, logically, you can set your stop loss below this swing low, right? But, the person who set their stop loss below the swing low would have fallen victim of this, this dip. Okay. So, in some cases, it might be difficult to predict what's going to happen next. Remember that the market can be really unpredictable, right? However, anytime you are entering a trade, at least give some breathing space for your stop loss. Okay, in some cases you might actually end up being lucky that liquidity grabs will not catch you unawares. Okay, so the logical market levels you want to look out for are support and resistance, previous highs and lows, and key structural levels. This helps to reduce the chance of being stopped out by sudden market spikes. And then you need to avoid extremely high leverage. High leverage can amplify the impact of sudden price movements. During a flash crash, a small move in price can have a large effect on your account balance if your leverage is very high. So you want to use moderate position sizing, okay, and controlled leverage that can help reduce exposure to sudden market volatility. All right. And then ensure to watch major news events. Economic announcements can sometimes trigger sudden market movements. Examples are the interest rate decisions, inflation data, employment reports, and all of that, right? So before trading, check the economic calendar to know when major announcements are scheduled. This can help you decide whether to trade or wait until volatility stabilizes. Okay, and then you must monitor your market spreads. It's important, right? When spreads expand, if you go to the 1 minute time frame, it will be easier for you to see the spreads. Okay, but if you're using a broker that has tight spreads, you might not really notice it if you are using perhaps a desktop, right, or a PC, right, or but if you are using a mobile device, it might be easier for you to see the spread, right, the difference between the ask price and the bid price. Okay, or if your broker's spreads are quite large, then you might see it. Okay, also depending on the assets being traded, some assets actually have larger spreads. Let's see if our axe line is showing. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so here we have spread, right? The difference between the axe and the bid prices is what gives us the spread. Okay, so ensure that you monitor your market spreads. Okay, entries may occur at unexpected prices and stop losses may trigger earlier than expected, so watch out for spreads. If you notice that spreads begin to widen, that could be a sign for you to just hold on, right? Do not be so quick to execute a trade. And then consider using limit orders instead of market orders when appropriate. Market orders execute immediately at the current price, but during fast market moves, the execution price may change rapidly. So limit orders allow traders to define a specific entry price. This can help avoid entering trades during sudden price spikes. Now, just a very quick recap for you to reduce the risk of flash crash exposure. Right? Avoid trading during low liquidity periods. Use stop losses based on structure. Manage your leverage carefully. Monitor economic news events and ensure that you watch for spread widening. It's very important, okay? And then consider limit orders for controlled entries. Understanding market conditions and risk management techniques can help traders navigate sudden market volatility, okay? So stay tuned for more. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.